Hello, my name is Donna Ellis. I'm the creator of the Active Rest Fitness Program and Lifestyle. This fitness program is something that is very important to me, and I want to share it with as many people as possible, but I have trouble with marketing. That's not my, strong suit, especially when it comes to social media. Do have a business Facebook page that is Active Rest Fitness, and I have an Instagram which is Active Rest underscore fitness. I'm also on Threads as Active Rest underscore fitness, and then I have this YouTube channel. So those are like my social media outlets and how I get information out about my business. I don't use Instagram and Threads that often, but typically on my Facebook page, the business page, and YouTube is where I mostly talk about active rest. So in an effort to grow this business and to get the information out there, I decided to take Stephanie Perry's YouTube Success Challenge. I saw a review being done about the Success Challenge. I took it just a few months ago, and I ended up, just kind of on YouTube. I typically listen to music and I listen to podcasts on YouTube. And so across my timeline came a lady. Her name is Anjan Pierre. Anjan Pierre, I believe is how she pronounced it. And her Facebook page, her YouTube channel is Better Saleswomen. So she teaches people how to, sales, how to price, how to, get more sales, and how to price their items and things like that. So, I was listening to her. She did a review of Stephanie Perry's YouTube Success Challenge, and I thought it'd be a good idea for me to give my own review as well. And so I do have some notes. I did take some notes, so I'm going to be looking down at those notes here and there to give you that information, so that I can make sure that I'm accurate and so that I can stay on target with what I'm talking about. All right, so like I said, I took the challenge. I've been following Stephanie for a while, and so I just want to give you just a little bit of background about YouTube, why it's important to me to use YouTube. Is where I'm most comfortable talking, sharing ideas, things like that. And then I think the second thing would be Facebook is where I'm second most comfortable. So for me, how I use YouTube for my business currently is I use it to provide evergreen reusable content. So evergreen content is content that will be important, that will be relevant, in years to come. So it's not like it's just right now, just talking about things that are popular right now. It's content that you can come back years later and still be able to get something from that content and get information from that content. And also, like I said, reusable content is something that I can share out over and over and over again because, like I said, it's evergreen. I use it to promote my fitness program. So a lot of times I'm on here, I'm talking about active rest. You'll see workout videos that people can use or that you can use to, get healthier, to be more active. I try to talk you through the exercises. I also have motivational messages on here via like my Meet Me on the Deck messages. There's a playlist available for those messages to help encourage folks and motivate them on their fitness journey. So I use it in that way too. So first, to provide that evergreen content for my workout partners, for people that want to work out with me but can't always come to me in person, and also to promote my fitness program. I also use it to provide demonstrations and examples of my work. So for instance, someone reached out to me to partner with their company, and so they just wanted to see, what I did, to get more information about what I did and how I worked and things like that, so that they can share it out with their partners. And if it's a good fit, then they would contact me, and hire me to come and either speak or to come and perform exercises or things like that. So I was able to give them the link to my YouTube channel because it has my Meet Me on the Deck messages for public speaking. It has my workout videos to show you, the different types of workouts I do. It has the step aerobics. It has line dancing. It has the strength training exercises. So it has a variety of things that let you know about my fitness program. And you can go right to that link and learn as much as you need to learn and know as much as you need to know about me and Active Rest, the fitness program and lifestyle. So those are the ways in which I use YouTube. Now, that's how I use it for my business. And I'll tell you now why I use it for my business. Like I told you earlier, it's the thing that I'm most comfortable using. And then second would be Facebook. The reason why I use YouTube for my business is, for one, is where I went to find workouts. When my gym closed down during the COVID-19 shutdown, I came straight to YouTube to find content. So I started out doing the workouts, Extreme Hip Hop with Phil. I went on Amazon, I bought a step, and that's how I learned how to do extreme hip hop. And then later on became a certified instructor for that platform. It's where I go to, so I used it for that. So I know that if it helped me, that it's likely to help somebody else, that it's a good way to help somebody else and give them information or give them ideas for their workout. Another reason why I use YouTube for my business is that it's where I go to learn how to do things. And I'm sure most of you do too. It's one of the greatest search engines. YouTube is powered by Google, so it has all the information. It knows everything that anything, any topic is on there. And so when I need to know how to use a specific thing, like if I buy a product and I'm unclear about the instructions on that product, I just put it in YouTube, and somebody out there has a step-by-step instructions on how to use that particular tool or that piece of equipment or something like that. So that's one of the reasons why I use YouTube for my business, is because if you're looking for ways to work out at home, no equipment workouts, if you're looking for like, how can I, overcome how can I overcome distractions that keep me from working out? You can come to YouTube and come to my channel, and there's videos on those topics. And so maybe, I use it in that way. And so maybe you use it in that way as well. And then it's also where I go for entertainment and podcasts. So just about now, everything I do is on YouTube. I'm probably on YouTube more than I'm on any other app aside from Facebook, of course. But on YouTube, I listen to podcasts. I listen to Here's the Theme with Kev on Stage and That Chick Angel. I listen to Ratchet and Respectable with Demetria L. Lucas. I listen to Stephanie Perry. I listen to Rashida Dow. I listen to, a ton of folks, Libria Jones, who is the remote work queen. I listen to all of their content on YouTube. So YouTube is where I go for entertainment, is where I go for podcasts. So I figure, again, if it's something that I use, maybe it's something that other folks will use too. And so I need to be on here promoting my business and talking about my business on YouTube. And then longevity. So that there are apps out there like Vine, it's no longer there. It used to be really big, and now it's no longer there. They've been talking about banning TikTok. So, and folks are scared, like, what's going to happen with my TikTok and all of this different stuff. Facebook, it'll shut down on you out of nowhere. Sometimes we try to log on to Facebook, and we're all kind of like, what happened with Facebook? Were you able to log in? Things like that. And then, and so what I do know about YouTube is YouTube has been around a long time. And so I like the longevity of YouTube. Like I said, I like to post evergreen content that you can go back years. Like, for instance, like I said, I started listening to Kevin on Stage, Here's the Thing podcast. I've gone back now because I've listened to all of the recent episodes. I'm now like going back 3 years ago listening to stuff. Same thing with Stephanie Perry. Like once I found her, I go back years in her content and watch videos from years ago. The content, some of it might change a little bit, but for the most part, it's still good content. And so I like the longevity of YouTube, that is not like just a flash in the pan, here one day, gone tomorrow. It's been around for a long time. That's not to say that it won't go away, but it has been around a long time. And so I like it for that reason. So now, talking about the challenge, the YouTube Success Challenge by Stephanie Perry, I want to just give you a little bit of background about how I found this challenge, like how I came to this challenge. So, like I told you, I like to listen to podcasts. So one of the first podcasts I started listening to was one of my sorority sisters, LaWanda Swan. And I listened to her Start by Talking podcast, and she had a guest on there, and I can't remember her name now, but she mentioned Trisha Hersey, who is the NAP bishop. And Trisha Hersey is big on rest as resistance, rest as reparation. She's just real big on stop all of that hard hustling and grinding and working and all of that stuff and get you some rest. It's our birthright. And I took that to heart because I like to take breaks. I like to rest. I enjoy that. And it's just what I needed to hear right at the right moment. And it's part of the reason that I changed kind of my tenets for active rest. My first tenet of active rest is to help people get active for at least 30 minutes a day. The second tenet is to prioritize rest and restorative sleep. That comes from what I've learned from Trisha Hersey and her rest practices and things like that she talks about. Now, once I got on YouTube, because like I said, I heard about Trisha Hersey on my sorority sisters podcast, but when I went to go look up Trisha Hersey, it sent me to YouTube. And so I just started watching a lot of her interviews, just listening to her speak, things like that. And eventually that led me to Stephanie Perry, because that's how the algorithm works on YouTube. It recommends things out. That's why you always hear people say, like this video, share this video, subscribe to this channel, so that it can recommend it out to other people. That algorithm, it lets similar people that look like the same things that you like, it lets them know that, hey, I might like this too. So if I like Trisha Hersey and I like her content and I like what she's talking about, YouTube looks at that and says, you might like Stephanie Perry too. And so I just happened to click on one of her videos. I don't even know the first one that I watched. It must have been something about rest or ease or sabbaticals. And so that's the content that I picked up on with Stephanie Perry. Is I enjoyed her content that was regarding sabbaticals, rest, and ease. And it all came from, one, looking up Trisha Hersey, two, listening to my soror's podcast and getting that information, and that's how it flowed. Now, Stephanie Perry also talks about YouTube success. She's been very popular on YouTube, talking about like house sitting, a topic that I would never look up. I would never even imagine house sitting. But because of she links ease and rest and sabbaticals with house sitting, a lot of her content, comes together, links those things together. But I was listening mostly for the content about sabbaticals, rest, and ease. But because she's so popular on YouTube and she knows how YouTube works, she created this YouTube Success Challenge. And so after listening to her, I think I've been listening to Stephanie Perry either a little over 1 year, maybe 2 years now. Time has gone by so fast. So I've probably been listening to her around 2 years. And so I decided finally to take this challenge because I wanted to grow active rest, via YouTube. Okay, so that's how I got to the challenge. Now, about the challenge, a little bit about it. It is a paid challenge. You do have to pay for it. It's a 5-day challenge. It's basically set during your lunch break. So if you work a job that has a flexible schedule, you can clock out for lunch, take the challenge, get the information you need, and clock back in to work. So that's the way that it works. For 5 days. It's over Zoom. She's live, talking to you, giving you feedback. You can ask questions. It's a group of ladies. It's not a whole bunch of us, but there's a small group of maybe 30 or so on that Zoom call, and you can ask questions. And she just kind of explains, what she knows about YouTube and how to be successful on YouTube. And the thing about that challenge, though, is if you do the challenge the way it's supposed to be done, you will make a video and you will receive feedback on your video. And so for me, I had already done and published plenty of videos on YouTube. So my problem wasn't that I was scared. What will happen with a lot of the people in the challenge is that they will be scared to do their first video. And so the way that she coaches us through it, you should be doing and publishing and putting it out there, putting your first video out there. And she's going to give you feedback on that video, tell you what you did right or wrong to make it a success on YouTube. All right, so that's a little bit of background on the challenge. Now, let me tell you, now I want to talk about the pros of the challenge. In my opinion, this is just my opinion. It's not a paid sponsorship. It's just what I learned from the challenge. Okay, so what I did learn, one thing I liked about it is that her plan and her guidance worked. It absolutely worked for me for the video that I submitted, that I said that I was going to work on. That video. Okay, so this is the thing about YouTube and how I've been doing it. So I'll create content, I'll post a video, I'll go to Facebook and I'll put it on my personal page and I'll put it on my business page and I'll say, y'all, and I'll put it in a private group with my workout partners, and I'll say, y'all go watch this video. I've just published this video, this meet me on the deck message, or whatever it is. Go out, watch it, like it, share it, subscribe to it, do all the things with it. And I might get 6 or 7 hits on it, maybe a thumbs up on it. Not a lot. Now, that's to say I have on Facebook, I have 900 and something friends on Facebook. I have at that time, I probably had about 150 people following my Facebook business page. And then I have maybe 60 something people in my private group. So if everything worked well, I would get more hits, considering I have 900 friends on Facebook. Like, friends on Facebook. I have 160 followers on my Facebook business page, and I have about 60 or so people in the private group. You think those people will go watch the video, hit the like button. They want you to be successful, so they're going to go and watch it. And it doesn't work like that. You don't know who's going to see your content on Facebook, because you don't know how their algorithm works. Sometimes people see your stuff. Sometimes they don't. Sometimes I don't see people's stuff until a month later. And I'm like, what are they talking about? It'd be New Year's Day and they'll be talking about Thanksgiving. I'm like, we're past that. So you just don't know how those algorithms work. You just don't know if people are seeing your content in a timely enough fashion to go out there and hit the like button and watch the content, or even if they're interested in the content. You just don't know. And so in that regard, that wasn't working for me. But with Stephanie Perry's YouTube Success Challenge, she gave us specific instructions on how to create a video. And when I created that video, those numbers jumped. My subscriptions, that's the people who subscribe to me, it jumped. I still don't have a lot of people subscribed, but it was a noticeable difference versus how I did videos in the past. So I will say that her guidance worked for growing my subscribers, as well as getting views for that particular video. And so that was the second pro, is that my channel did pick up traffic for a little bit. Once I put that video out there, which the way that she taught it worked for that video. So I have nothing bad to say about that. And then the third thing that I enjoyed about the challenge, another pro, is that the community was awesome. I didn't ask a lot of questions. I didn't participate heavily because I have watched so much of Stephanie's content regarding YouTube that I kind of knew some of the information, a good bit of the information. But there were a lot of ladies that did raise their hand and ask questions. So when they asked questions, it was like I was still able to learn something from someone else's question. So it was that. And so while I didn't participate and ask a lot of questions, it was a great community. And then people went in, they watched my video, I watched their videos, I liked their channels, they liked my channel. They subscribed to my channel, rather, I subscribed to their channels and things like that. And they also, like I said, they provided feedback. So it was a very supportive community environment. And then another thing that I learned from taking this YouTube Success channel is that I learned, how to better support my faves. So the people that I enjoy watching on Facebook, now I know what it takes to help them out. I didn't know before how everything worked. So now I know when I like a video, I need to hit the like button. I need to comment on videos. I need to watch them for so long. There's a time frame that you need to watch, these videos. And so instead of just clicking on them, like for people that I like, for people that I enjoy, for sure, I learned better ways to support those people and make sure they're successful on YouTube as well. Now, when it comes to cons, I will say that I have none. And I say that because there's always room for improvement in any type of, lesson, any type of class, any type of workshop. So it's not that it was perfect, but it was perfect for me because, like I said, I had already watched so much of her content leading up to that I knew her style. I knew her style of instruction. I knew, and I knew some of the information because she talks about a lot of the stuff. It's like free advice on on YouTube rather. It's like absolutely free advice. But this YouTube challenge, it takes it just a step further, because you can listen to somebody, tell you to do something and you'll put it on the back burner. But this really forced me to get out there and do the work, like actually do the work, learn some things. And so I just recently used some of her guidance to post a video when I posted a video here recently, and it's doing well too. So so it I think that it's something that I've learned. It's something that I think will continue to help me in my business. I hope that it continues to help me and help me reach a broader audience, outside of outside of the audience that I can only accommodate here at my home on my deck, where I conduct workouts, because I want everybody to have access to, I won't say, yeah, well, everybody should have access to fitness, to an active lifestyle. It shouldn't be about how much money you have and things like that. Like, I want people to be able to do workouts, whether they have like limited mobility, whether they have no equipment. Like, a lot of times you can't go out, and purchase a whole bunch of equipment. We have a lot of equipment in our home. Like, we have a stationary bike, we have a treadmill, we basically have a gym in our home. We have an elliptical, we have kettlebells, dumbbells, we have weight bench. We have all of that stuff, but everybody doesn't. And so I don't use a lot of that stuff. What I use is the kettlebell, the dumbbells, things that are easily accessible. I have my step, and then I also provide like no equipment workouts. And so that it just kind of helps me reach people that are not in my immediate area or don't have the things that I have. They can still get a good workout, and they can still, achieve a better, longer, healthier life, which is the ultimate goal when it comes to active rest. And so I would recommend that any business owner, whether it's fitness or otherwise, like these, and it wasn't just fitness, it was people who were sewing, people who were moving and giving advice about, how to move. Like I said, the lady whose video I watched, she was better saleswomen. She taught people about sales and pricing and things like that. I'm trying to think. There was a lady who, I think the name of her channel is Homegirl Hummus. So she made hummus, and she gave you recipes of, hummus recipes, like healthy recipes with hummus. And so, so it was all types of businesses. So I do believe that if you have a business and you want to promote that business, and you need to talk about that business, if you just need to get information out, I would recommend that you, one, take the Stephanie Perry's YouTube Success channel and go ahead and get your YouTube page started. So that is, my advice. That's my opinion. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope that it's helped you. I hope that it encourages you. I hope that, you can get your YouTube channel started and, and get it going and get that information out there, because people are looking for what you have to offer. That's the thing that I learned most importantly, is that people are looking for that thing that you have to offer. So with that, I will close out this video. You all have a great day. Bye-bye.